So basically, we were saying that there is, well, if you look into the book Native Science by Gregory Kahete, he talks about there being a rational mind being the baby brother of the metaphoric mind, which was the original mind that we were using as human beings. And if you listen to my light symbiosis mind mapping that I did, I talk about how the Native Americans used to be able to go outside and speak the language of nature and utilize the different, in symbiosis, the different organisms for every different organism is a different sensory organ of the greater reality. So I was just speaking with my friend, and we were talking about how when we go outside, it's so hard for us to figure out how to learn what individual plant species are, because when we go outside and we see plants and trees, we see plants and trees, and we've labeled them and identified them as plants and trees. So in order to get them down to a different level where we understand which are edible, which are poisonous, which is medicinal, we have to go in and identify each specific plant to understand what that specific plant is. But in all reality, if we're using the metaphoric mind, the symbolic mind, there's a language of nature. One example I give is that if you look at a scorpion with smaller claws has a more poisonous stinger, and a scorpion with bigger claws has a less poisonous stinger. And the nature behind it is that the scorpion with bigger claws has more of a weaponry tool, or more of a tool to hunt with, so it doesn't need as much of a poisonous tail. But the scorpion with small claws doesn't have enough to hunt with, so it needs to use the poisonous tail. So that's just a simple language of scorpions. So you can then go out and understand which scorpions would poison you and which scorpions are okay to pick up and eat. So with all understandings of nature, you can go outside and then try and figure out what the language or the metaphoric symbols of poisonous plants or medicinal plants or edible plants. And super good. So we're just getting to the point that there is a language, and as biocomputers, it's our responsibility to be able to understand the language of nature. Yeah. If you have any questions or comments, throw that down.